We'd like to welcome everyone to the regular meeting of the Pulaski County Board of Education. We're having a little bit of technical problems that we're working through. We're running a little late because of that. Before we start tonight, I'd like to make a little statement. I've this before at some of our meetings, but there may be new people watching tonight that have not heard this before. As board members, one of the attributes of a good board member is that we come to the meeting prepared to make decisions. We receive our agenda and all of our supporting documents several days in advance. For our regular meetings, we receive our agendas and the documents on Fridays. So we have 4 days to go through that agenda, ask questions. We can talk to Mr. Richardson, Mr. Cook, finance, whoever we need to talk to get more information or to clarify things that are on the agenda. You will see tonight when we get to authorizing payments of bills that we move right through that. That's because we've already looked at the bill packet. This month, that bill packet was 45 pages that we all got to go through before the meeting. We also have the opportunity to move items from the consent agenda to the discussion agenda should we feel that we need to discuss these. An example of asking questions and getting more information. Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock, I was asking Mr. Richardson questions about insurance. I'm sure he really appreciated that at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, but that's when they were on my mind, so I asked. So I want everyone to understand that the presentation that Mr. Richardson makes, it is for the public. It is not for us because we already know everything he's going to be saying. So that is for your benefit and not ours. So with that said, I will call the meeting to order. And our first item of business is to adopt the agenda. Do we have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Ms. Kerrigan?
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Branscombe?
Our next item is the superintendent's report, and I'll turn that over to Mr. Richardson.
Thank you. Normally, when I give my superintendent's report, I try to update you all on things that are going on in the district and activities and things like that. Normally, I guess you'd say I wing it. I just go with what's on my mind, what I think you all should know. After our meeting, special call meeting on Thursday, I've talked to a lot of folks, seen a lot of comments. So I prepared a statement because I didn't want to leave anything out. And I'm still not going to answer everybody's questions because I'm still waiting for answers myself. But I'm hoping that my statement that I'm about to read will tell you where we're at as far as decision making and what we're waiting on for those decisions to be made. Many of you probably got my send it message that I sent out yesterday about the survey, and that's something that I'm going to talk about in this. I started out sounding a little bit like that one call that went out yesterday, but there's more information in this than what was just in that one call. So please just listen to what I say, and hopefully it will help folks understand sort of where we're at in the decision making and maybe a little bit about what we're thinking, even though we don't really know a lot of details yet. So anyway, in planning for the 2020-2021 school year, it's proven to be a very challenging process. There's still many uncertainties as we move into the summer months. Governor Beshear and the Kentucky Department of Education has asked districts to prepare a variety of possibilities when it comes to returning to school in the fall. Our hope is that instruction can be in person at school. The Board of Education took a great step for our students at the special call meeting Thursday to purchase technology that will move our district to a one computer per one student ratio. This is something that our district has been moving toward for many years. Technology is not a replacement for an amazing teacher and for that relationship that is built between a student and a teacher. This step was not taken just because of COVID-19 virus. We did take advantage of the funding opportunity that it provided for us using federal COVID funding. The use of these devices will add to our regular instruction in school. But if we must do distance learning in the future, it will help us with that. It is still early in the summer, and we are still waiting for guidance from the Kentucky Department of Public Health. I know there's a lot of speculation, personal opinions about details like social distancing, the wearing of masks, schedules. But until we receive the public health guidance, we cannot offer information on what this might look like. We were told that we would have guidance last Friday. However, we are still waiting. When that guidance comes, we will have a plan ready to fit the recommendations and consult with our local health department to keep our kids and our staff safe. I want you to know our goal is to begin the school year with as much face-to-face instruction as possible. We need your input as we explore the options and the challenges that each of those options present. We released a survey yesterday to parents. This survey will help us continue to explore options and put together plans. To fill out this survey, you can go to www.pulaski.net/survey. As of about an hour ago, we had 3,700 responses to that survey. I've seen many comments. I've seen people say they're not going to like my comment. You can't put something on there on that survey that's going to offend me because I'm still trying to develop a plan. I think it's important to know what you all think. I know I'm not going to make everybody happy. I have to develop a plan that fits the guidelines for the Kentucky Department of Health on how we can have school. I'm hoping that I can offer options, but until I know what that guidance is, I can't tell you what the options are. So I ask you to please be patient. Thank you. So that's it for news and updates. And as far as reports go, in your board packet, you have a personnel certified and classified report. If anybody has any questions about that, you can see me or Mr. Cook with any questions you might have. And I'll turn it back over to you, Madam Chairman.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the superintendent evaluation. This is a two-part process, and tonight we will be presenting the summative evaluation. The board met with Mr. Richardson in executive session on May 12th to complete the first step of his yearly evaluation. The evaluation focuses on 7 standards: strategic leadership, instructional leadership, cultural leadership, human resource leadership, managerial leadership, collaborative leadership, and influential leadership. Mr. Richardson and the board discussed these standards and how he met the goals set last year. Mr. Richardson received a ranking of exemplary or accomplished by all board members for each standard. 3 goals have been established for this year. Number 1, improve distance learning by exploring different options, providing professional development for teachers, and monitoring strategies for effectiveness for student learning. Improve special education processes, this is number 2, and instruction by evaluating current practices and initiating necessary improvements. And number 3 is to continue to work with the finance department for continuous monitoring and evaluating of expenses and planning for the unknowns. This time last year, Mr. Richardson was happy his new superintendent induction year was over and he could have a normal school year. and spend more time focusing on the business of our school district. However, the last third of the school year has been everything but normal. The board offers much praise and appreciation to Mr. Richardson for his leadership of our school district during the pandemic. The game plan has been ever-changing, and he has stepped up to the challenge with a strong focus on doing what is best for the students of Pulaski County Schools. As one board member remarked, this is a great test of leadership. We would also like to thank Mr. Richardson for his overall leadership of our school district. He has brought about much-needed change in some areas. His ongoing communication with the board, community and government leaders, parents and staff is something all board members noted in their evaluation. We are fully aware this upcoming school year will begin with many challenges, and we are confident in Mr. Richardson's leadership in steering our schools through these tough times, and we look forward to working with him as part of a team effort to have a positive impact on our students. Would anyone else like to make comments?
I just wanted to commend Mr. Richardson and all of the staff and faculty of the school district on our high school graduations. I've heard a lot of great feedback, and I think it was very successful and something they really enjoyed.
Anyone else?
If I could, I'd just like to say thank you. I also appreciate the working relationship that we have as a board. I feel like we have a good relationship that allows us to communicate well with each other and focus on what needs to be done for the students in our county. And I appreciate the fact that you all have that relationship with me and have the faith that you put into me. So I hope I can live up to that, and looking forward to working with you all in the future. And thank you very much.
I'll second.
Ms. Kerrigan,
Yay.
Ms. Edwards,
Yay.
Dr. Branscombe, Ms.
Okay.
Price.
Our next item is the treasurer's monthly financial report and authorized payment of bills.
The treasurer's monthly report for May 2020. We had a beginning balance of $21,943,263.34. We had total receipts of $5,791,551.81. We had total distribution of $5,279,411.22, leaving us with an ending balance of $22,455,403.93.
Everyone received their bill packet in their email. I believe it came out last Thursday. Do we have a motion and a second to approve the financial report and authorize the payment of the bills?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Kerrigan, Ms. Edwards,
Yay.
Dr. Branscombe,
Yay.
Ms. Price.
Item C is approve the architect. Mr. Richardson?
Well, you all have done this once already, but like KDE Facilities Branch likes to do, they like to change things up on us. So you all approved the project for Burnside Elementary's architect as Sherman Carter Barnhart. And when we did that knowing that the project was also going to include some HVAC work at Southwestern High School, as well as a HVAC controls system throughout the district. We lumped that all together as one project when you all approved the architect. So KDE has now asked that we break that out into separate projects. So what I'm asking for the Burnside project stands approved as Sherman Carter Barnhart. I would recommend to the board that you approve Sherman Carter Barnhart for the Southwestern HVAC project as well as the district-wide controls project.
We already pulled that out with the BG1
That's
process,
correct.
haven't we?
We did.
And
We
put
did
them
that
in
last
separate-
meeting.
Yes.
That's correct. But now KDE requires us to submit paperwork for each project.
Right.
So they need board minutes showing where we approve Sherman Carter Barnhart for each one of those projects.
We have a motion and a second to approve.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Kent, Ms.
Yay.
Edwards,
Yay.
Dr. Branscombe,
Yay.
Ms. Price.
Item D is property option extension. Mr. Richardson.
Back before the coronavirus interrupted everyone's life, we had an option to purchase a piece of property between Northern Middle School and Pulaski County High School. Our property, or our contract option runs out today. And we still have not finished the background information on that project that we need. We've not finished discussing with the Kentucky Department of Education on what they need on that piece of property. So I would like to ask the board to approve me offering an extension of that option to purchase to the landowner for that property.
Any questions? Do we have a motion and a second to approve?
I'll second. Yay. Yay.
Edwards,
Yay.
Dr. Branscombe,
Yay.
Ms. Price.
Last is our action items to be approved by consent. We have a motion and a second to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Harrigan,
Yay.
Ms. Edwards, Dr.
Yay.
Branscombe, Ms.
Yay.
Price.
And last, do we have a motion and a second to adjourn?
I'll second.
Ms. Kerrigan, Ms. Edwards,
Yay.
Branscombe,
Yeah.
Ms. Price.